Hey up guys, and welcome back to my Road to Glory. You can see here on screen I completed the loan JJ Okocha Prime Icon SBC. So I've got 20 games with his loan card to try him out and see how he does at Cam. I'm not really enjoying Rui Costa there at the minute, and we'll give JJ Okocha a go, see how he does. I've not got too much to show in this episode, as I went just about a week without playing any FIFA, and also with regards to the ones to watch SBC, I wasn't in the least bit interested in doing it. In the marquee matchups last Tuesday, and in the daily transfer SBCs that were part of the ones to watch promotion, I didn't get anything in the packs, apart from maybe an 85 rated Glick. Was probably the best and most valuable card out of them. So what we've got today is some gameplay and some goals from my recent season's runs. The ones to watch SBC, I didn't think it was worth doing for the value. I just didn't think it was value for coins, considering who you could get out of it, and how little they were upgraded. You don't often see them in the team of the weeks. And your only real chance of getting anyone worth the coins was like Neymar or Mbappe to make it worthwhile. I don't think anyone else would necessarily fit in my team. Maybe Mkhitaryan if he gets a couple of informs, but we can just go and buy him off the market rather than trying to do this SBC. Unlike me, I didn't invest ahead of time in this one, so I didn't have any ones to watch cards in my club, and I didn't have a lot of 83s or 84s either. So if you remember an episode or two back, we got promoted to Division 3 in online seasons. We'd won every title so far, and I won my first game in Division 3, and then the new patch came out. In the patch they've done a lot of decent things, like fixing matchmaking in the weekend league so you can't cherry pick opponents anymore, fixing the problems with having stadiums with shadows and kick clashes. They've also supposedly nerfed kickoff goals, so I think it's like making the defence more compact on kickoff and the attacking team less aggressive. We'll have to see how we get on with that. They don't say, however, other than that, as far as I can see, that they've made any significant changes to gameplay, but I think it's pretty obvious that the gameplay has been very different. Before I'd seen everyone's thoughts online, it was really screwing me up to begin with. I thought passing was terrible and ball control. Shooting for me seemed to be delayed. I'd press up to pass across the pitch with an icon or a really decent player, and the ball would go to the right. So here we are re-winning Division 4 then, after I lost a fair few games in Division 3 and ended up getting relegated. But back up to Division 3 now then, and this is the Division 3 gameplay. Back to the patch then. Just passing was way off, considering the 98 to 99 rated ball control on some of these players. One of the most frustrating things was how terrible ball control felt, and also shooting seemed to be quite delayed. I don't know if it was just in the seasons games that I was playing if there was lag, but it seems that I'd shoot and then a second or two later the player would take the shot. You'll see a few nice goals on screen from in particular Del Piero, who's been a great signing for the team, and because he's so good it makes me think about getting someone like Heung-min Son, who's also a 5-star weak foot striker, getting his inform card. But for now Harry Kane is every game or two producing really good performance. This game that's on screen at the minute, I've left most of it in as I recorded the goals, but it ended up in a first half rage quit from my opponent, so I managed to record the whole of the first half. So I've left it in for you to have a look at my gameplay and how bad it is. You can see here how bad my defending is again, and basically since the patch I'm having to relearn everything again. My defending's been pretty shocking when I thought I was actually finally getting the hang of it. But it might have been a good thing to end up getting relegated back down to Division 4, as I got to work out how better to play with this new patch and the new gameplay. Trying to be slower, keeping possession a bit more certain with my passing. And I've also had a play around with custom tactics, messing around with the speed, putting the speed up a bit because the game felt slower since the patch. Changing my width, I narrowed it a bit to see if I could get my defenders to stay a bit more central, as despite trying not to use second man press, a lot of the times against decent opponents they were getting sucked out of the middle and leaving big gaps for the pacey players like Martial and Lozano and stuff to sprint through the middle. What else did I mess around with? Pressure and aggression. I upped my aggression so that it's now on double man press. As with it being slower, I felt I wasn't able to get hold of the ball as quickly as I'd like. So I upped that a bit, see if that did anything. And passing, I upped a bit, so it's a bit riskier now. I think it's on sort of 65, 66 for passing. So as I say, after 3 months of playing this game, now having to relearn how to play this game, which is a bit frustrating, but the changes we'll see in time, whether the gameplay changes that EA haven't admitted to, but which I think are pretty obvious. And I think looking at what the pros are saying on Twitter and YouTube and Reddit and that, everyone is agreeing that there has been a gameplay change as part of the patch. But yeah, once we get used to it and the little intricacies of how to play with that patch, my opponent there hitting the crossbar, going close. I was quite surprised this guy did end up rage quitting, to be honest. As you can see in this game, I wasn't dominant at all, not compared to a lot of the games that I've played. But I think this might be where the goal comes from, and it was an absolute beauty from Pirlo. Unfortunately, as he quit, I couldn't save the replay, as it wasn't shown in the match highlights. But an absolute worldie from Pirlo there with the outside of the foot into the top corner. Yeah, so as I was saying, once we've relearned how to play this game, time will tell. This is another beauty. I'm interrupting myself there again for Rui Costa. That was an absolutely lovely goal. A little chip over the top from Harry Kane for the equaliser. But yeah, as I was saying, relearning how to play this game, and once we do, and once we get a hang of it, I have to see if it ends up being changes for the better or not. A lot of the changes were weekend league FUT Champions related, and as you'll know from my videos, I don't have time for that, and I played it for 7 or 8 months last season, and it really destroyed me just about, and I'm not interested in that. Part of the problem with playing these higher seasons games now is we get the real tryhards in seasons as well that just try to make the games not fun and try to get into your head or get you to rage quit and try to frustrate you. But as you can see on screen, these 2 goals here, including that chip from Del Piero, was enough to secure promotion to Division 2. I needed the win in the final game to do so. 18 points was required for promotion. And as you can see there, 6 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. 4 wins out of 5 being my best results in seasons. And now we're up to Division 2, 1 league away from the top, and we'll see how we get on in the coming weeks with the new gameplay. And that's it for this week then, guys. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, bye.